Tonight's program will take you to a few places that may broaden your definition of education. We'll begin in Mason City, on a college campus like many others. There are dormitories and a cafeteria, and students from far and wide. What's not typical is that the whole freshman class wants to major in the same subject, and that they can't stop talking about their homework. It seems they've all found their calling at the Worldwide College of Auctioneering. The airport's radar system didn't detect anything out of the ordinary that February morning, but there was definitely something peculiar in the air.
One bit of two, bit it on now, two, make a two, bit it on now.
Two, a bit two, now two, anywhere, now two, a bit two.
Yeah, okay, now what are we going to give for them?
$10 now, $20 now, $30 now.
But bomb 70 now one, but bomb 2, but bomb 71 2, but a 2, but bomb 72. So I don't know if that's the right way, but I've got it going a little bit.
As fast as you could say 1, 2 would have been 3, Mason City found itself infiltrated by mathematical musicians, as more than 50 aspiring auctioneers from across the continent arrived for their first day of class at the Worldwide College of Auctioneering.
10 now, 20 now, 30 now, 40 now, 50 now.
It'd be easy to dismiss this as mathematics gone mad, but for Bruce Brock, an auction college professor and 1994 world champion chanter, auctioneering goes far deeper than the famed fast talk.
The modern day auctioneering, as we know it here, really came at the end of the Civil War when the colonels of the Union Army were given the task of dispersing all of the war surplus. And in order to facilitate bringing the country back together, President Lincoln said it was to be done in an open forum, public forum, where everyone, North, South, black, white, red, it didn't matter, was to have the same opportunity to bid on those items.
Engine number 9, running down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, you will get your money back.
Basic estimates would figure the number of nursery rhymes per class to dwarf that of most colleges. And this must surely be the only institution where raising your hand to ask a question might result in the purchase of a fine oak table with matching chairs.
100, 100, when you say that, you got to say it like an Iowan does too. It's 100. 100, okay?
But if you zero in on the actual numbers, you'll find that over the last 55 years, this non-conventional college has produced more than 25,000 successful auctioneers. And few schools can equal its students' enthusiasm for homework.
Oh, I practice right down the road. I'll sell every car that comes by.
Oh, it's just an adrenaline rush. It's exciting. It makes you tingle all over. It makes you happy. You feel good.
There's mystique in it. There's enthusiasm. There's excitement. You never know what's going to happen in the next minute. And that just adds to living.
Now, the next one, 2.5. How many like to do 2.5? They're my favorite. I like doing 2.5.
Fearing fifth-grade fraction flashbacks, we decided to briefly excuse ourselves from class, catching up with one of the college's youngest graduates, Josh, or JJ, Wise.
I'm JJ as my auction name, and Josh is my regular name.
When he isn't studying auction pricing guidebooks, this 13-year-old auctioneer joins the entire Wise brood in sorting items for auction. And while this 7th grader may seem to be all business, he does confess to daydreaming about digits, a habit he inherited from another auction college graduate, his father, Steve.
You know, when I was about 10 years old, 11 years old, I'd sit out on the tractor out at the farm, you know. If I could have sold everything for $10, I'd have been just fine, because I'd get on that old tractor and go 10, 10, 10, 10, about how it popped, you know. But I couldn't get off the 10s.
Today, Steve's enchantment with chanting has matured into a family auction business, with wife Mary as clerk, daughter Katie running the kitchen, and youngest daughter Jenna testing out the merchandise. And while employee perks include unlimited treasure hunting in the auction warehouse, the job isn't exactly free of occupational hazards.
My dad, when he gets in church, he sometimes he's lectors, you know, and he gets up there and when they say the book numbers or something, you know, he says it real fast, like page 23, you know, gets real going like he's in an auction, you know. Sometimes they say I'm going a little bit too fast, you know. I'm not having a kid life, you know, but I like doing this kind of stuff, and I like basketball, but I like this a lot better than basketball.
It's like the song, like the auctioneer, you know, people come from miles around just to hear him make that rhythmic sound.
Down a half, down 22 and a half, down a half, down 22 and a half, down a half, down 22 and a half, down a half. I sold them for $20, buyer to bear. 184.
Everybody up.
We dropped back in on the freshman fast talkers nearly a week later, just as they were putting their numerical nuances to the test.
Bid $3, need 4, 4, 4. Come on.
As a type of final exam, each student auctioned off 4 items, with buyers from the community giving out the grades.
It is the show. I mean, the sale is no different than if you went to a garage sale, a flea market, a horse barn, or anything else, but this way you get the show.
22 and a half. How about 21? Would that make it a little easier? I have 20, not 21. It was a thrill. It was exciting. It was exhilarating. But when you get a taste of a fine wine, you want to go get some more. So that's not enough for me. I need to get out and do it a couple thousand more times, at least.
A lot of times, it's like going to a concert or anything else. It brings the community in. The auction, I feel, is the last bastion in the United States of free enterprise, where anybody can come and buy and have an opportunity at whatever they can afford or whatever their dreams might be. Whether it's a $1 million ranch or whether it's a $2 little doll for a little girl. It doesn't matter. Everybody has an opportunity.
It may seem improbable that a 10-day counting course could have a profound effect on people's lives. But if you search beyond the simple sale, you just might uncover what really counts.
I thought I was just going to learn how to talk faster. We're leaving feeling like we can practically change the world in the sense of being able to help people and people that need to sell, and how we're able to be an important part of a community. And it's just a real inspiration.
$13, $14, $14, $14, $13, so $13.
We asked you to tell us what you'd like to blame on El Nino. Here's what you said.
If I get skunked when I go fishing this spring, you can bet I'm not going to blame it on my own fishing ability.
The 20 pounds that I've gained over the winter. My arthritis, but I know it's just my increasing age.
This week, we want you to give us your best celebrity impersonation.
You know, darling, we want you to call and try to sound like me, Zsa.
Oh, I don't know about you girls, but I'm hoping to hear from Jimmy Stewart or Bogey. So why don't you pick up the phone and call us?
Oh, on the other hand, Archie would really like it if you decided to talk like me.
Ask what we can learn from the arts, and most people will point to great ideas or creative ways of looking at the world around us.